Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on the 1972 Jefferson nickel. We'll explore its history, design features, and, most importantly, its circulating value. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this video is for you first. Let's take a quick look at the Jefferson nickel's background. Introduced in 1938, this coin was designed by Felix Schlag and features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, while the reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. Over the decades, the design has remained largely the same. But there have been some notable variations and minting errors. The 1972 nickel is part of a series that has been popular with both collectors and everyday users. Now, let's get into the specifics of the 1972 nickel. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1972 nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 21.21 mn and weighs 5 grams. One interesting fact about the 1972 nickel is that it was minted during a time when coins were still used heavily in everyday transactions. As such, many of these coins saw significant circulation, which affects their value today. So, what's the circulating value of the 1972 Jefferson nickel? In terms of face value, it's still worth 5 cents. However, as with any coin, its value can vary based on its condition. Most 1972 nickels you'll find in circulation today are worth around 5 to 10 cents. If you manage to find an uncirculated version, they can fetch anywhere from 25 cents to a couple of dollars, depending on the quality and any unique characteristics. Coins are graded on a scale from good to mint state. A coin graded as good will show significant wear, while an uncirculated coin will look almost brand new. Collectors often look for higher grades, as these can significantly boost a coin's value. Now, let's talk about the collector's market for the 1972 Jefferson nickel. While it's not one of the rarest coins, there are still avid collectors who appreciate this piece of history. Always look through your pocket change. You might find a gem coin shows are great places to find not just coins but also to connect with other collectors. Platforms like Reddit or dedicated coin forums can be excellent resources for sharing information and trading. To wrap up, the 1972 Jefferson nickel is an interesting coin with a history that reflects its time. While its circulating value is modest, its significance in the numismatic world is undeniable. Whether you're a collector or just someone interested in coins, I hope this video has provided valuable insights into the 1972 nickel. First, let's take a step back in time. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it honors Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The 1972 version is part of a long line of these nickels. But what makes this year significant in 1972? The Jefferson nickel features the classic obverse design of Thomas Jefferson, along with the words Liberty and the year of minting. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, with E pluribus unum above and 5 cents below. The 1972 nickel continued the tradition of the series, but let's talk about how to identify it and what to look for in circulated condition. When we talk about circulated, a 1972 nickel in this condition might show signs of wear, such as scratches, dullness, and flattening of the details. Look for how much of Jefferson's hair detail remains and the clarity of Monticello. These features will help you assess its condition. Now, onto the big question: what's the value of a 1972 nickel in circulated condition? Generally, these coins are worth their face value 5 cents. However, if you come across one in better condition, especially uncirculated, it can fetch a higher price, typically ranging from 25 cents to a few dollars, depending on market demand and collector interest. One important detail to note is the mint mark. The 1972 nickel was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While most of the coins from this year are common, if you find a 1972 proof nickel, it's a different story. Proof coins are specially made for collectors and can be worth significantly more. Look for any unusual features or errors that might increase their value. Use coin holders or albums to protect your coins from wear and environmental damage. Follow coin collecting forums and resources to keep up with market trends. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his famous Virginia state, on the reverse. But today we're zeroing in on the 1972 issue. In 1972, approximately 210 million Jefferson nickels were minted, primarily in two facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. This year is particularly notable because it was a time of transition in American currency and the economy. To truly appreciate the 1972 nickel, we need to understand the economic landscape of the early 1970s. The U.S. was experiencing inflation and a shift away from the gold standard, leading to changes in coin production and design. The 1972 nickel, while visually similar to its predecessors, was produced during a time of significant change. The cost of living was rising, and there was a growing demand for coins to facilitate everyday transactions. The nickel, valued at 5 cents, remained a crucial part of American currency, often used in vending machines and small purchases. Circulation is where things get really interesting. The 1972 nickel was widely used throughout the 1970s and 1980s. It became a staple for transactions, especially during a time when the value of money was rapidly changing. Many people remember using nickels for candy, parking meters, and public transport. The 1972 nickel was a key player in everyday life, often overlooked but essential to daily transactions. For coin collectors, the 1972 Jefferson nickel holds a special place. While not the rarest coin, its availability and historical context make it an interesting piece for numismatists. Condition is everything in the world of collecting. A well-circulated 1972 nickel might only fetch a few cents, but coins in uncirculated or mint condition can be valued much higher. The key is to look for clean details and minimal wear. Speaking of value, let's take a look at the current market trends for the 1972 Jefferson nickel. While most are fairly common, certain variations, especially those in uncirculated condition, can be worth between $100,000 to $500,000. However, special circumstances like coin shows or auctions can sometimes drive prices higher. It's always a good idea to check resources like the Red Book or online marketplaces to gauge the current value and market interest in these. 1987 Jefferson nickel. We'll explore its history, design, and most importantly, its circulating value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you won't want to miss this. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, created to honor the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a portrait of Jefferson on the obverse in his home, Monticello. On the reverse. The 1969 nickel is part of a series that has seen various changes over the years, including the introduction of a silver composition during World War II and the eventual return to a nickel-copper alloy. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1969 nickel. On the front, you'll see Jefferson's profile, along with the inscription Liberty and the year of minting. The reverse showcases Monticello with Monticello and E pluribus unum inscribed above it. One key feature to note is the mint mark. The 1969 nickel can be found with a mint mark above the Monticello. Depending on whether it's from the Philadelphia or Denver mint, the value may vary slightly. Now, let's talk about the circulating value of the 1969 Jefferson nickel. In general, this coin is worth 5 cents its face value. However, collectors often seek out coins in better condition. In uncirculated condition, a 1969 nickel can fetch anywhere from 25 to 50 cents, and if it's graded as full steps, meaning the detail on the steps of Monticello is sharp, it could be worth even more. Some high-grade examples might reach $10,000 or more in the collector's market. So, what affects the value of the 1987 Jefferson nickel? Here are a few key factors. The grade of the coin significantly influences its value. Coins in better condition are more sought after. As mentioned, the mint mark can indicate scarcity. Coins from the Denver mint are slightly more common than those from Philadelphia. Like any collectible, market trends can fluctuate, impacting the value over time. Use a magnifying glass to check for any unique features or imperfections that may enhance their value. Keep your coins in a cool, dry place and consider using coin holders to avoid wear. Join numismatic forums and follow market trends to stay updated on values and collecting tips. The 1987 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but it holds a rich history and potential value for collectors. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, was designed by Felix Schlag. The 1987 version carries the same iconic design featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. This coin is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams with a diameter of 21.21 m. 1987 was a pivotal year in American history, marked by the Apollo 11 moon landing and significant social changes. The minting of the Jefferson nickel during this era reflects not just economic conditions but also the spirit of a nation in transition. With a mintage of over 160 million coins that year, the 1987 Jefferson nickel is relatively common, but its historical context makes it special. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the front, you'll see Jefferson's profile, which is an adaptation of the 1800 portrait by artist John Trumbull. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's estate, symbolizing his contributions to American history. Interestingly, the 1987 version is notable for the clear detail in the coin's engraving. However, in circulated condition, you might notice wear, especially on Jefferson's hair and the building on the reverse. So, what do we mean by circulated condition? A circulated coin has been used in daily transactions and shows signs of wear. For the 1987 nickel, this often means a loss of luster and some scratches or dings. Collectors value these coins not just for their rarity but for their history and the stories they tell. A 1987 nickel in average circulated condition can be worth around 5 to 10 cents, but the price can vary based on its specific state. When it comes to value, while most 1987 nickels are common, there are exceptions. Coins in higher grades such as MS65 or better can fetch significantly more, up to several dollars. Factors influencing value include rarity, condition, and market demand. If you're looking to start your collection, here are some tips. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, was designed by Felix Schlag. It features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. The coin was introduced to replace the Buffalo nickel, and its design pays tribute to one of America's founding fathers. Over the years, the design. It's what happened in 1987 that makes this coin particularly interesting. In 1987, the U.S. Mint produced over 150 million Jefferson nickels. These coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with the Denver Mint marking being slightly more common. During this time, America was experiencing a range of changes, social, political, and economic, that affected the everyday lives of citizens and, in turn, their currency. The late 1987s was a time of significant transition. The country was grappling with the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, and changes in social norms. This turbulent backdrop made the nickel more than just a piece of metal. It represented a moment in American history. Now, let's take a closer look at the features of the 1987 Jefferson nickel. The obverse displays Jefferson's profile facing left, with the words "In God We Trust" above and "Liberty" and the year 1987 below. On the reverse, Monticello is depicted along with the words "E pluribus unum" and 5 cents. The 1969 nickel was struck in a copper-nickel alloy, which is standard for this series. However, there are some interesting varieties to discuss. One notable aspect of the 1969 nickel is the existence of mint errors. Some collectors are particularly interested in the double die variety, where the coin shows a noticeable doubling of some elements in the design. This occurred due to a misalignment during the striking process. These errors can significantly increase a coin's value, and if you happen to find one, you might be in luck. However, be cautious, as many reproductions exist, so always verify with a trusted source. So, how does the 1987 nickel fit into the world of coin collecting? While it's not the rarest coin in circulation, it holds a unique charm for both collectors and history enthusiasts. It's relatively affordable, making it a great starting point for beginners. Depending on its condition, a circulated 1987 nickel can be found for just a few cents, while uncirculated examples can command higher prices. For those looking to build a complete set of Jefferson nickels, the 1987 version is a must-have. The legacy of the Jefferson nickel goes beyond its design and composition. It reflects the evolution of American currency and the social changes occurring during its time. The coin continues to circulate today, serving as a reminder of the past and a piece of American. 2002 Jefferson nickel will explore its design, circulation value, and what makes it collectible. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, this video has something for you. Let's get started. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple in American currency since its introduction in 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's estate, on the reverse. In 2002, the U.S. Mint produced a regular version of the nickel along with a special release. The standard nickel is known for its consistent value, but what's interesting is how the coin evolves over the years. The iconic image of Monticello, which has been a hallmark of the nickel for decades. The minting year is crucial, as it often affects a coin's value in the market. Coins from different years or with special mint marks can carry different premiums. Let's talk about circulation value. The 2002 Jefferson nickel is still very much in circulation today, which means you can find it in your pocket change. As of now, the coin has a face value of, however, if you're looking to understand its worth beyond just that, we must consider. Collectors often seek out different mint marks, and certain years can have minting errors that drive up interest. Many collectors aim to complete their Jefferson nickel series, which includes various years and special releases. Each coin carries a piece of history, and Jefferson's legacy makes this nickel particularly appealing. Store your nickels in protective holders to prevent wear and tear. Use resources like coin guides or online forums to keep up with market trends. In conclusion, while the 2002 Jefferson nickel may not be the most valuable coin out there, it holds a unique place in the world of numismatics. Its history, design, and the thrill of collecting make it worth keeping an eye on. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1938. The 2002 version features the classic design but carries its unique aspects. This nickel commemorates the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. On the front, we have a portrait of Jefferson designed by Felix Schlag. The year 2002 is prominently displayed, along with the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." The U.S. Mint produced over 200 million Jefferson nickels. This high mintage means that finding them in circulated condition is relatively easy, but let's explore how that affects their value. While most 2002 nickels aren't rare, condition can play a significant role in their value. Circulated coins show signs of wear and tear, which we'll discuss next. What does circulated condition mean? In numismatic terms, it refers to coins that have been used in everyday transactions. They can range from slightly worn to heavily worn, affecting their overall aesthetic and value. Circulated 2002 nickels typically fall into the fine to extra fine categories, making them affordable for collectors and casual fans alike. Look through your spare change for 2002 nickels. You might be surprised at what you find. Inspect your coins for any unique markings or errors. Some collectors enjoy hunting for variety coins. Keep your coins in a dry, cool place. Coin holders or albums are great for protecting your collection. Let's talk about the value of these coins. Generally, circulated 2002 Jefferson nickels are worth face value just 5 cents. However, certain factors can influence their market value, including condition, demand, and any unique features. For instance, a well-preserved nickel might fetch a bit more, especially among collectors. The 2002 Jefferson nickel is a wonderful example of American history captured in a small piece of metal. While it might not be the rarest coin in circulation, it certainly has its charm and story. Whether you're collecting for fun, investment, or nostalgia, the Jefferson nickel remains an integral part of our currency history. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The 2002 version continues this tradition, showcasing Jefferson on the front. But what makes the 2002 nickel special? Let's break it down. The obverse of the 2002 nickel features a portrait of Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. On the reverse, we see Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. This design has remained largely unchanged since the 1938 release, making it one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. In 2002, the U.S. Mint produced around 234 million Jefferson nickels. This was part of a broader trend in the early 2000s, as the nickel remained an essential part of everyday transactions. But why is this coin so significant in the landscape of U.S. currency? The early 2000s were marked by 2023 Jefferson nickel, its design, features, and why it's a noteworthy coin in circulation. First, let's take a brief look at the Jefferson nickel's history. Minted since 1938, this coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The design features Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. In 2023, the Jefferson nickel continues with its classic design, but it's worth noting some key features. The obverse shows a portrait of Jefferson, while the reverse displays Monticello, showcasing its architectural details. The coin is made of a combination of copper and nickel, maintaining the standard of 75% copper and 25% nickel. In 2023, the U.S. Mint produced the Jefferson nickel primarily for circulation. The coins are available from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, each with distinct mint marks: no mark for Philadelphia and a D for Denver. These coins are widely available in everyday transactions. Now, let's talk about collectability. While the 2023 Jefferson nickel is not rare, its value can vary. In circulation condition, it typically remains at face value of 5 cents. As of 2023, the average market value of a standard Jefferson nickel remains around its face value for circulated coins. However, uncirculated coins, those in mint condition, can be worth significantly more, often ranging from 10 to 25 cents, depending on the demand and condition. Rare variations and proof versions can go for higher prices, sometimes reaching several dollars in auctions or through collectors. It's essential to keep an eye on trends and prices on platforms like eBay or numismatic websites to understand the market better. Websites like the Red Book provide up-to-date values based on condition and rarity. Communities like CoinTalk and Reddit can offer insights and valuations from fellow collectors. So, what's the takeaway for the 2023 Jefferson nickel? While it may not be a high-value coin in circulation, it remains a cherished piece of American history and a favorite among collectors. Always keep an eye out for key factors include the coin's condition, mint mark, and any unique characteristics it may possess. Always look through your spare change. You may find uncirculated coins. These events are great for finding specific mint marks and higher quality coins. Engaging with communities can provide insights and potential trading opportunities. Looking ahead, the future of the Jefferson nickel is uncertain. As discussions about coinage and digital currency continue, the role of physical coins in circulation may change. However, as long as collectors appreciate them, coins like the Jefferson nickel will likely remain valued. The Jefferson nickel was first minted in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. This coin was created to replace the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. But why the change? Well, there was a growing desire for a design that reflected American heritage and values. Featuring a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, this coin honors one of our founding fathers and the third president of the United States. Jefferson was not only a key figure in American history but also a symbol of liberty and democracy. Over the years, the Jefferson nickel has seen several design changes. The rise of cashless transactions and digital currencies raises questions about the need for physical coins. However, many believe that coins will continue to hold value as collectibles and as a tangible part of our economy. In fact, while the younger generation may prefer digital payments, there's a growing interest in numismatics coin collecting among all age groups. This might help preserve the legacy of the Jefferson nickel for future generations. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the history of the 5-cent Jefferson nickel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin content, and leave a comment below about your favorite Jefferson nickel or any questions you might have. Until next time, keep collecting and appreciating the history behind our currency.